Hi there. Humane life starts with self-care. The most basic needs for self-care are the physiological needs. These are water, food, exercise, rest. And if these are not met, then we cannot go very far. And teachers are famous for not eating, not drinking, or thinking since I walked the whole day, I have exercised, or pushing away rest to do some work. And this is where it is so important to have a very clear action plan, but more important than action plan, to have a kind of a self-check before the action plan and after the action plan. How do I feel right now before I am not really looking after myself in these basic needs? And after you have finished an action plan, how do I feel afterwards? An action plan could be something like, for me, I always have an apple in my bag. If not possible, I always have some dry fruits. So even if I didn't have time to eat, I can just munch quick dry fruits, almonds or cashews when I move from one class to the other. I always have a bottle of water with me. And even though walking around the school is exercising, but I consciously choose. I choose to climb the steps. I choose not to sit in the class. I also have a pedometer with which I can keep measuring how many steps have I taken during the day. All of this makes me feel good. And if it makes me feel good, it makes me want to do it more. But most importantly, for me, rest is not something that is only at the end of the day, in the evening or at night. I need sporadic moments of rest during the day. So let's say when kids were working in the class, I would simply take a step back and say, okay, this is my 1 minute resting time, and simply take some deep breaths. If there is a free lesson, instead of rushing, let me do my corrections or let me study for my next class, okay, let me just take 2 minutes. If I'm walking from one class to the other, let me walk along with the breath, so that walking becomes something like more of an enjoyable exercise rather than something tedious. Let me just step outside. All schools have tracks, all schools have trees. Let me just step outside and take some deep breaths of fresh air. It is up to us how we create our action plan, but what would be really important would be to have a beginning reflection and an end reflection. How do I feel before this? How do I feel at the end of this? Thank you so much for listening to this.